Hey everybody, and welcome to another Mega Construx Pokemon review here on my channel. This time we're going to be taking a look at the set called Froakie vs. Dedenne. This set comes with 124 pieces and is recommended for ages 6 and up. We're going to kick off this review by taking a look at the Pokemon that are included in this set, starting with Dedenne. And while I do like the overall look and design of Dedenne, I am a little disappointed by the lack of articulation this Pokemon has. And with how Mega has decided to build Dedenne here, there is no articulation in its neck or arms. Really, the only articulation this Pokemon has is in its ears, which can be moved side to side and rotated around, and in its feet, which can be moved side to side. Dedenne does have some really good printing all around though. You can see some printing here on the back of the Pokemon, and I think it looks rather nice. Dedenne does have a long tail that wraps around to the front of the Pokemon where it can hold it in its front hands. And as we make our way back to the front of Dedenne, you can see that there is a rubber piece in its head to give the detail of whiskers. I also like the face print for this Pokemon. I find it to be rather cute. The other Pokemon that comes in this set is Froakie. And Froakie is one of my favorite Pokemon, and while I do like its overall design in this brick-built form, I do feel like there are a couple of issues with it. But we'll start with the things that I do like, which is the overall color and shape of Froakie. I think it looks rather good. And unlike Dedenne, Froakie does come with a pretty good variety of articulation thanks to the ball joints in the shoulders, hips, and knees. You can also see that white rubberized piece around the neck of Froakie to give the detail of the fluff that is around his neck. And I do like the printed detail on this Pokemon as well. You can see there is some dark blue printing at the top of his head there. And I also like the piece that Mega decided to use for the hand of Froakie. I think it fits the overall look and design of the Pokemon well and is accurate to what it's trying to represent. And as we make our way back to the front of Froakie, you can see that there is some printed detail for the Pokemon's eyes as well as on the front of his face. Unfortunately, due to the design of Froakie's legs, you can't place this Pokemon onto studs, which is a little disappointing. And while Froakie does have the posability to straighten out his legs and have him stand on one foot, it's going to be near impossible unless he has some stud support. The other thing about Froakie that I don't necessarily care for is the choice to make his eyes two different pieces. And because the pieces aren't connected, you can actually move them in two different directions, which can make Froakie look a little weird. With the Pokemon out of the way, we're not going to talk about the build for this set, which is the berry stand, which I find to be quite an interesting build. There are some things that I like about it, and then there's some things that I don't like about it. One of the things that I don't necessarily care for is the base for this build, because to me it just kind of seems like it's a bunch of random pieces thrown together. There's no symmetry or consistency, and I have no idea what it's trying to represent. The other design choice that I find to be rather interesting is there's just random water floating below the umbrella. I know that this is meant to be a water attack from Froakie, but I do feel like it's executed very strangely here. I don't mind the design of the berry stand itself. It's a rather simple design, but it works well for what it's trying to be. You can see a brick-built cash register behind the stand, and I do wish there was a sticker on it for a little bit of extra detail. I do wish Mega would include some people figures in some of these Mega Pokemon sets, because I think it would be cool to have somebody running the berry stand. This set does come with 3 different crates of berries that you can place on top of the stand, and when you push this lever down, it causes them to go flying. And while it is a pretty cool feature, sometimes it doesn't work as well as I would like it to. This set also comes with a very simple brick-built berry sign to point you in the direction of the berry stand. You can find this set online for about $20 to $25, and I don't know if I can really recommend it for that price. I don't necessarily mind the design of the Pokemon, but I really don't like the design of the environment that is around the berry stand. It just seems like it's a bunch of pieces thrown together and looks ugly to me. I do like the feature of having the berries fly off the stand, but sometimes it doesn't work as well as I want it to. Thank you so much for watching my review, and be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more brick-built reviews.